Welcome, welcome Scorpio. Welcome to Keykey's Doorway. Let's see what your soulmate wants to understand for October 30th to November 1st, 2018. God, Gaia, God, Goddess, Mother, Father. What does Mr. and Miss Scorpio's soulmates want them to understand or would like to understand for October 30th to November 1st, 2018? Okay. What actions will Mr. and Miss Scorpio soulmate will be taking? Okay. Let's see. Masculine Scorpio. Your soulmate is becoming their biblical side of who they are. No matter where you come from, every culture, every civilization has biblical texts, whether it be through religious texts or spiritual teachings. That's what your soulmate is starting to understand. And more importantly, that's how they met you in their past life. Both of you are teachers of spiritual understanding, spiritual principles, religious principles, religious core values, but the heart of it. Biologically speaking, what influence did spirituality and religious principles and traditions have for you? Do you still have them as your core value, or your secret source of who you are that you show in time of need for service? That's what your soulmate is starting to not only embark on, but understand how your soul and their soul truly does match. Whatever answer, whatever feeling you are feeling, masculine Scorpio, your soulmate wants you to know they are feeling those same exact things and are taking those journeys to find out why. And how does it tie into not only their childhood, but of their parents and their parents' childhood? Feminine Scorpio, your soulmate has started to understand that they have met you when they were persecuted and in an inquisition, being judged without properly asking this human being that is tied up, how did they learn what they know? They were wrongly accused in that life. So in this life, they're going to bring out documents, receipts, physically go to the places in which people can give them the answers. So when put in a situation that feels persecuted or feel like inquiring minds wants to know without really asking from the horse's mouth how they learned it or know it, They are going to have the receipts, feminine Scorpio. Even you're going to start physically finding, either through books, libraries, museums, community, Googling in your community or Yahoo, finding places that can answer the questions that you naturally know, will give you and your soulmate even closer together when you do reconnect. People of importance are always persecuted, not of their practice, but of their individuality, their inquisitive mind, how they walk, how they talk, how they demonstrate their faith in the physical world makes people judge another. For example, if you like to talk about, for example, planes, but you talking about it in a way in which it breaks down not just the metal of the plane, but you give it life to your fascination to planes, like mythology, talking about the Icarus story, Icarus, about the man who did fly to the sun but fell down, and how that translated to even real life situations where human beings looked at a bird and see how they could sketch to make wings to see if that will make them fly as well, like Icarus. When they failed, did it stop them? No. It made them want to learn more. So they researched, like Da Vinci. He researched, does it require me to learn physics? Does it require me to learn anatomy? Does it require me to learn aerodynamics? And from that, it gets people intrigued to learn more about their minds, but it makes people also jealous for not having that passion. Both you, Mr. and Miss Scorpio, your soulmate including you, are embarking on, before judgment is placed based on what someone knows than the other, how can we merge these feelings so even the person that does not know can also get their appreciation to learn in their own way? How will you do this? How will your soulmates do this? My mind's eye from your energy, Mr. and Miss Scorpio. By becoming the sun. How do we know what made Icarus' wings burn? Did he truly have the feathers? What was the feathers made out of? And how does the sun penetrate these ideas? You are becoming your idea. You're becoming that idea to figure out how to manifest it in the physical world. This will be your success. Masculine Scorpio. This will be also your soulmate's success as well. They will become the star and the sun in their own right, in their own ideas. See, it was tipping over. Because they know when they find the receipts and include people within their plans in a way that finds the solution, then happy outcomes will come to them. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success for both you and your soulmate will become present, Masculine Scorpio. Have confidence in yourself, because they're starting to regain and rebuild and re-love and reappreciate and re-understand. It is okay to acknowledge the sun within a person. Feminine Scorpio, your soulmate is becoming that fifth house of their will, of the lion. Yes, they had to unlock that intuition from the fourth house of Cancer and understand that, yes, their individuality, them as a person has to physically take place in finding the answers. They understand that they need that second house to ground them, of Taurus. in the third house of Gemini to communicate, in which they do find or how they research their findings of their ideas. When they have these ingredients, they will start to balance like Libra, but they will use their willpower of the lion to achieve this. So will you, Miss Scorpio. The need for balance and moderation. Miss Scorpio, what is it in these houses, in their individuality, in your core value, and how do you want to research? How do you want to communicate? How do you want to demonstrate who you are and what you believe in? And the way you want to cater to yourself and nurture intuitively what you find. Cooperation and compromise. So again, compromise. Be gentle on yourself. Every step is one step closer to your success, and one step is successful. You will physically see that that one step that you take is successful and enough to make you want to see what the next step will take you. So wait for the perfect timing. Masculine Scorpio, you will feel, or your soulmate will feel first, the fears surrounding money. Yes, when becoming the star and the sun, becoming that celebrity, becoming that trailblazer, becoming that new trend, of course it's going to be scary because it's never been done. That's how we make the word trend. It has not been seen. Yet it has been seen, but not in the way of your soulmate's eyes, not in the way of your eyes. So of course it will give you a feeling of fear. However, know that from your wisdom of the subject matter in which you are becoming that sun and star within, it will give you that acceptance you need to get the help from others. You will know that getting the advice or getting the suggestions from what you find of yourself biblically, what is your base biologically, what is your traditional values, and how can you upgrade them or keep them the same when it comes to your upbringing spiritually and religiously. Even if that means going outside of yourself and resonating with another spirituality or religious practice, because all religion and all spirituality ties in together. This is how we become a complete human being. Learning other religions and other spiritual traditions and core will help you to appreciate and valuing your first core spiritual practice and core religion teaching. It won't harm it. It would only cause more healing and more happiness and joy from it. And when you see that, the uncertainty will become certain of what type of self-employment you will be embarking on from those knowledge. This is what your soulmate will be going through, masculine Scorpio, and this is what you are embarking on as well. Feminine Scorpio, your soulmate is seeing things as being unable or unwilling to make a decision. Whether that means how will be the two ways in which they show their balance in who they are by ideology, by identity, by their core values, by how they research their findings of who they are as a human being, and the way they cater and nurture and cultivate that physically. They're finding it hard to find those two aspects, those masculine and feminine. Well, one way to say it is, for example, I felt prosecuted for being who I am naturally. So that means I'm going to challenge who I am, both masculine and feminine side of myself. So that means I would have to start asking me, what do I consider the masculine side of myself? Do I consider my actions to be masculine and my preparations before that actions to be feminine then? When I say I'm a go-getter, which is masculine base and energy, how do I set the stage to become that go-getter? That means the stages in which I strategize will be my feminine energy. Openly asking and communicating this to myself will give me the antidote to move forward. This is what your soulmate is starting to unlock and find a way to merge those opposing aspects of themselves in one. Because if they were really imposed, then we would actually see our twin soul within ourselves, outside of ourselves. Because we are in this one body, we're figuring out how to merge that. That's what you, Miss Scorpio, and what your soulmate is embarking on and physically communicating and finding a way to do. So that stalemate energy will be no more. Now they will have this stage to set the tempo. And the pretending there is a problem, they won't pretend anymore. They will start to penetrate and become which they feel, so they can address the problem. So until we meet again, Mr. and Miss Scorpios, you and your soulmate are understanding that the makings of who you are, both spiritually, religiously, both intuitively, and what makes you a true value that causes people to persecute you are the very things that you're going to start researching through books, through movies, through organizations, through other religious factors, through museums. Anything you feel, your mind's eye, in your emotions give us a picture, give us a verbal response in how to navigate in the next step. So embark on that new stage, Mr. and Miss Scorpios. They don't call you the Scorpio for no reason. You set the stage and the tempo. If you like what you have heard and seen, please like, share this video with others, and subscribe. Thank you for your donations to Keykey's Doorway channel. Thank you for the readings that I have done personally and privately thus far. I am humbly honored for that. It is making me a better person and a better reader. If you would like to get a personal reading or a one-question reading, look within the description box below for further details. I love you. I love you, Mr. and Miss Scorpios. We will see you on the other side.